Angel of Authenticity here live atop the motorcycle shop. I thought I'd include you in this little rant and jam. So here we are. I hope everybody's warm and well. It's very cold outside right now where I'm at. So let me scooch in. I ain't fucking with my microphone or nothing. No, my doodah. So I keep having cords break on me. So I'm just like over it. My battery's dead in my guitar too, so I can't plug into my amp. So we're just freeballing it. Unplugged. I guess that's what they'd call it, huh? Unplugged. Just Jet Unplugged, playing the JT song called The Highway. I don't practice it a lot. I had a whole different timing for it, and I keep fucking it up, but so I just play it now. I just let it flow. It's just better that way. I didn't even really know what kind of music the guy played or listened to, if he even listened to music. So it's really hard to write a song for somebody that if you don't know them very well or their personality. But it's called The Highway. So I heard you cross the other side of that highway. I bet you did it upside down, backwards and sideways on your head. With a dynamite smile. I bet you're out back in the woods behind our certain gates. I vision slap your face, trying to fade your way in. Your head, your hand, your disbelief. We gotta get us a couple of guys to see. You never did that book at all, did you? See how it all ends. One thing's for sure. But you did it upside down, backwards, sideways, and I'm your head with the dynamite smile. And a pretty girl, I just wanna know when you do a tiny thing, brother. Whatever happens with them both ways before you cross the highway. Now you found yourself dead. Things for sure, I bet you did it upside down, backwards and sideways. You cross the other side of that highway with a 45 or a good chance. Stop pulling on your feet and give your head. In this room, gotta get past a couple of guys to see. Now you're trying to figure it out. Whatever happened to the across your dynamite smile, sacrifice, getting your hand in this spirit, as a guy on repeat. Never read that book at all, did you? Just when I got it down and see your throat. Because it's so defeated from staying in your hands, I see. Yes, well. Whatever happened to one thing for sure, you have a dynamite smile. Whatever happened to the good movie? Hanging out there, not really engaged. That's how how he come up with that song, though. If you knew the guy, you would know. I didn't know him very well, but that's what I did know about him. He was a hell of a smiler. He was a dynamite personality, you know? That's one thing I know for sure. So I think he'd like the song. You know, it's all metaphorical, of course. I speak in parables. I get that a whole lot. It's a great way to teach. It's the only way to teach because, like, everybody wants to get, like, the devil will, like, attack the fag, and pull everything apart, and it ruins the whole point of the story or the lesson or the moral. Like, who cares if it happened or where it happened or who it happened to? They just want to know that so they can, like, stop all that storytelling and lesson learning going there. Like, it's very true. That's why storytelling and things are very important, and a good moral to it is essential. And like over time, it's going to save a lot of people than parables and stories and whatever. But that was a real person I wrote the story for anyway. All my songs are stories. I can't sing a lick, but like, I'm a songwriting motherfucker sometimes. When they die or something, I'm like, I feel like it's my part of them. Even though I didn't know them well. For some reason, I had to write a song. I do that sometimes. I wrote a song for the migrants and shit. This is a place to exist. This song is another song I've been working on. This song here is my response to the criminalization of homelessness in Indiana. And everywhere, for that matter, because they're murdering so many people. It's unreal. Just hundreds of people coming up missing in places that I've walked on and been through and met some of the people, no doubt. Little tiny churches, their whole walls are filled with these missing people. They're gone. All their stuff's gone. They're gone just overnight. And then there's nothing there but like a little pile of trash at all the camps. And that's a real fucking thing that's happening to people. They're freezing people out right now, too. So if you're alive and you're well and you're being provided for, thank God for it, and just do your duty as a human being to save this earth and to be choosing the right way and not out of your ego mind, but out of the mind of love and compassion. It's really important right now. But it's never too late to start operating there to make the cutoff, you know what I'm saying? It's never too late. God gives us that because our God is good. He gives us free will and restricts his power because he is good. So don't take advantage of it. And realize it's never too late. As long as you're breathing air, it's never too late to fucking repent and ask for clarity and discernment. And God will show you. I ask for signs and wonders, and I see all kinds of amazing shit. I swear to God, I mean, all kinds of stuff. And it just makes me chuckle, and it makes me realize that I'm not alone in the world. It's not all bad. Start thinking the things that you want and speaking the things that you want. And quit focusing on the things that you believe are overcoming you because it's an illusion. It's important to do that right now, big time. Because like what you think in matter and decide is going to matter. You might not think it matters. Always pick love. You can never go wrong with love. Don't get tricked, man. Don't get tricked. Be careful of what you love too. This song's got a place to exist. Excuse me, mister. Let go of that man's wrist. He's just old, tired, lonely. Looking for a place to exist. After the righteous man is surrounded by the inequity of evil men's selfish greed. All this tyranny. Blessed is he, blessed is he. Till his brother he keeps. And is a way showing for the weak to the darkness. Need some more information, it seems. Lines of communication have crossed me before ever even meeting. I'm kind of a nice person, really. Fair, diplomatic, honest. Blessed is he, blessed is he. Till his brother he keeps. It's a way short for the street to the darkness. Never cared for that shade of red anyway. So I painted my door bucket square. Now nobody comes by. They walk on, just walk on. Oh, those refugees, whatever that red door. Look at me. That's invisible thing. Blessed is he, blessed. Tell his brothers, well, isolation for the sheep to the dogs. Cause the path of the righteous man is surrounded by being that way. Evil and selfless Alright, Mr. So this is what we're gonna do. Majority rules. You can take your badge, shove it up your arm. 23 strip 2, moving on along. Yep, so that's that song. It's kind of personal. I call it God's song, you know, because you shouldn't have to pay to exist anyway. It's already all fucked up, bad style. I mean, they're just running us poor and starving to death. And we think we have control and we don't. We really need to buck it up, man, and just say no. Yeah, that's a true thing. Just say fucking no. And not to the things they told us to say no to. Say no. No has a lot of power. Standing your ground and meaning it, it has a lot of power. Because at the end of the day, you could pull that shit into spiritual court. Not the real court here. Spiritual court. That's a real fucking thing. You go to it in your head. And it happens against you if you know it's happening or not. And injustices and crimes against humanity are being called out. The angels are actually singing. The horns are blowing in Cincinnati. I've seen a thing. I have it. I meant to post it, but I know I sent it to a person, but so I can get it again. They didn't know what the sound was, and it is. It's horns blowing. It's the angels. I think it's happened one other time too. There's 7 of us. I'm just saying. I knew I hit the domino on Monday, and then I heard that was going on, and I felt like, I'm like, whoa, man, shit's real. I didn't ever think a lot of things were real that put me here. Like, it's real. Like, I gotta realize that. It's amazing. That's a good thing if you're not a bad person. If you're a bad person, it's like, hey, it's time to start repenting, because like in Cincinnati, it's already too late. Look it up. It was in the news. So if you can't find it, then let me know, and I'll make sure you find it. I'm gonna try to post it, but I always forget. But that was amazing. Yeah, I didn't even realize that. I was like, oh wow, listen to that. What do you think it is? You know? Yeah, it takes what I know, and like the devil energy is very stirry right now, and that's probably part of it. Well, you know, it says right in the good book, it says like what's been said in the darkness and done in the darkness is going to get shouted from the rooftops. For you will know my name is Lord, you know? And that's a part of the reason why I trust God, because he does guide me right. My intuition is never wrong unless I'm disconnected, and I never am, because I pray and I stay connected to God and keep him there to keep me steadfast. And that's something I've always had in my whole life, and that's something that is out of the question to negotiate. There's been times where I put it on the back shelf and kind of hid it, and God helped me do that. Even he was cloaking me, if you will. He does that and hides people in plain sight for a reason. And it's not to hurt anybody. It's for them people to grow. You know, if I trigger something in you, it's because that's God giving you the opportunity to see a spot in you that needs to heal, you know, because it's certainly not anything I'm going to do, because I have more respect for people, and I believe everybody is the same, you know, because you don't ever know who that person is. You just don't. You think you might know, and you listen to anything you're told, and that just shows you think you're spinning the illusion when you're the one like in the illusion, you know. We're all feeling that. We're all guilty of that. We're all victims of that. Everybody alive right now in this world is a victim of a horrible illusion that's been taught and bred and spread. And I just, the path of the righteous man is surrounded by the evil man's selfish tyranny. And blessed is he who shepherds the weak and gives to charity for goodwill. and takes them to the valley of darkness. And I will strike vengeance upon thee with great furies and anger. Any of those that attempt to poison my brothers. And you will know my name is the Lord. People, you need to hear that. The righteous people are surrounded by horrible things, so don't be quick to judge a person because they seem nice, but like look at their lifestyle, look at their environment. Like that's the biggest attack. Well, you're a product of your environment that they drill into people's heads. No, that's not true. That's how you get forged. God doesn't keep you out of the fire. He fucking makes you fireproof and sits with you in it and makes sure you get out of it good without being burnt or smelling even a smell of smoke. And that's so true. Because he only does that, though. He's not doing it to push you or punish anybody. He does that to make instead of transforming one or two people into believers, he is able to transform whole kingdoms to the kingdom of God. And that the numbers, So that's the only reason he does a lot of the suffering. And if it's suffering, you're going to go through probably a lot of it. But you choose it as you go. You're choosing to make a stand, or you're choosing to go that way, or you're choosing to stand firm, or whatever it is. And you know it the whole way through. You're like, well, this was my idea. Here we go. And you don't complain or nothing because you're usually by yourself. And people are whiners. I do everything alone, so I'm not a whiner, even though it's sucky and hard or whatever. Like, I don't take that out. I don't let that fuck up my vibration. That's a worldly thing that we can have. We have control over that. Whether you manifest the things in it that you want that don't make you miserable or whatever, that's kind of bullshit. Though you shouldn't use your powers for that. Your manifestation abilities and stuff, you shouldn't use it for like bullshit. I don't. You could hope for good and like summons it in, kind of, but like you don't do that. Like, I don't know. But like people get programmed and like your suffering is what brings whatever, like, and so like that's what the state you got to be in for anybody to like be energetically drawn to you. That's the state they want you in. Like, wow, crazy. They want you in that needy, desperate state. Oh yeah, sure, I'll help you. Like, it's the only way that the low vibration can even see you. That's why. I can't even see you when you know what I mean? It's crazy. So I asked the lonely shadow, are we being seen or not being seen today? And of course was all she said. Or would ever say. I wrote that. It's a part of a poem, a long poem. But at the end of the day, the old lady's dying and her shadow comes back because the dude died too. He's a big fat guy. He took up her shadow and consumed her for a lot of years. She lost herself. It's a very beautiful poem of the age, I guess. It's very nice. That was like it's something I wrote one day because it's like I look in the mirror and say, am I being seen or not being seen today? How am I going to present myself? Like I might get an inner struggle going here because I'm pretty much the person that can stay by myself all the time. But then again, I know I'm supposed to be being seen and I like people, but like, I don't know. I'm a whole different breed, I guess. Like, not everybody can handle me. And them are the exact people God wants me to fucking go bother, It really is, too. I make them grow and learn. Some of them I can make them grow and learn on sight almost. Just seeing me just makes them change a little bit or something, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how it works. It's not my plan. It's a little volatile at times, though. For sure. Because I'm a direct mirror. I'm a double big old direct mirror. So, like, right away, I know exactly where their insecurities are. And then they think I'm some weird voodoo person or something. I don't know. They're the ones that told me by the way they talked to me, treated me. That's all. Isn't that fucking ironic? That sucks. You just told on yourself when you're trying not to tell anybody else. You go, like, blow up planets and shit so you don't have to get caught. That's all you had to, you are your own problem. Everybody wants to tell everybody else that, but like they forget that that's them too. All of us, we're all the same. The devil wants to constantly make a narrative to make sure we're not all the same somewhere or another. That's the fact. You can't outrun it. You can accept it and do it, or you can just fucking keep being destructive. I don't get it. It's just that simple. It's not about being favored or privileged or whatever the fuck the princess or whatever the fuck they couldn't even walk on the path, man. I couldn't walk theirs, I'm sure. It's not the way it was intended, It's not a competition. It's about my path being my path for a reason and your path being your path for a reason. But you're not supposed to hurt other people to do it. That's what God in the spirit world step in, the universe. That's who you're not connected to, and that's why you lose. You know, simple. You can't just steal the information from everybody forever. Like, God's got people everywhere. Also, God sent angels, just like the dark people send angels. And sometimes the dark angels are working with you. That's how important it is. It's about the preservation of planet Earth and the human species. Period. I don't know what egos get it, and the cliques get, and like the politics and the social circles, you know, all that's designed to keep us from realizing what it's about, and for any of us to get together in any manner to save a collaborative effort so our Earth don't die, we don't have some fucking weird environment where it's all toxic and we can't even live, you know. Total destruction is who's running our planet right now, and they've done a good job at showing that what they have intended for the human race and the human planet. Like, look at Love Canal. That shit's bogus. They should have been fucking fired, everybody in Washington, when they found all that toxic waste under them low-income homes. I mean, that was about the year I was born, you know. That's just awful. That's just awful to me. And then that was around the time that they made healthcare fucking profitable with fucking Jeff Bezos and all them guys. $1 billion healthcare all of a sudden established. All that shit. They should have fired him there, and when they didn't do that, and they just tried to smooth it over, and was like, even talking to the homeowners, like, oh, well, we'll pay you when Washington gives us some money. Like, oh, man, they would have just printed out money for them people and bought them out quietly fucking now. Quick, because they'd just be printing that shit somewhere. No doubt. Because, like, they would have, I mean, I couldn't believe it. But then people had to really go down to City Hall and fight, like, week after week, and call all the news media and make a huge stink about it because all their houses were flooding in, and it was because the ground froze and all this toxic waste was busting open. The kids at the retention pond behind the kids at school was making the fucking shoes bubble. They called it the fizzy pond, you know, and it would ruin their shoes and shit. They didn't know until they did, you know. Hook Chemical Company and all them places, and they just buried it right underneath the low-income housing. Fucking terrible, man. Terrible. And it wasn't that long before it started fucking up either. God made that shit ooze out, man. He was like, no, you're not hiding this. You know? That's what that says to me. Like, who knows how many other places are like that? They are fucking it up, man. It's like anybody that's in power with polyester on it all needs to go to Lake of Fire, as far as I'm concerned, because they're all part of it. Not maybe not all of them, but you know, there's good ones in there. But I don't think they even want to put polyester on. We're like at home doing shit. We got beanbags in the offices nowadays because we're not stiffs. That's not power. That's an illusion. Power is when you say, no, fuck that. I'll just be poor or something. I kind of like being southern. At least I know I wouldn't be eating people. You know? Yeah. It's fucking crazy. We all knew it to be true, though. We all in our hearts, you know? Like it, share my video if you like it. Even if you don't, it'd be helpful help. I'd rather have people that liked it though. Like, I'm just a little person and they won't show me to nobody others and do all that kind of shit. It's just part of the game, but it does help small creators out. I don't monetize or anything like that. I just want my voice to carry a little further, you know? So it's not for money, it's just maybe to reach some kids or something that are interested in, point them in the right direction. The song's called Frontline Winds. I wrote it about the house I'm at right now, this motorcycle shop. Frontline winds 160 miles an hour. Straight in towards Indiana. The old man was going on and on and on at the desk. He would shut up. Sniveling about some justice at the old folks' home. Going on and on when an alarm came on over his home. Whoop, whoop, shelter, old man. Well, I wasn't really like that, but, you know, the emergency alert said, he said, what? And he hardly skipped a beat. So he said, hey, man, my winter come. We better take shelter. The owner of the house, well, he ran to a junk car outside. He said the place was a little top-heavy. And he's the one that built it. Being new there and all, I decided I should probably listen to the guy that built the house, so I did what any responsible mother would do. There's only a 7-year-old strapped to my side, and I put her motorcycle helmet on. And I gave the old man one last warning. I said, hey, old man, frontline winds are coming, 60 miles an hour. We're supposed to take shelter. He goes, what? You in a hurry to go somewhere? Just like that. Whatever, man. He really went out to the junk car and I told the owner, I said, man, I tried to get him to take shelter. You know, it's a top-heavy house. What are we going to do? Like, he said, that old bastard was still going on and on and on. The storm has already came through and gone. And I'll tell you what, the storm did come and go, and that old bastard was still at that desk, going on and on and on and on. And Lillian strapped her helmet and played with her phone. And I went out on the back balcony and it was the song. I realized, you know, moments like that, panic and fear, and sitting there sniffling at some old man's body, that old devil would never get to experience what free will was all about. Stubborn ass would have rather died right there at that desk, sniffling about that VA home. Got it on his knees and repented, that's for sure. I guess it's what makes him the devil after all, maybe. And on a positive note, way on the other side of town, in that same storm on that same day, a guy named Josh almost got waylaid by a whole big tree. He almost died, but he didn't. That's just ironic. Tyranny of it all. Buying trees and heavy barns, on dead-end roads, by railroad tracks and gravel streets, those woods and rural middle of nowhere, Midwest. I guess you could call it Midwest. USA. Nobody likes to come here to play. There's really nothing to do. You got the lake effect winds, you see. This is my carry away. Alright, I'm just making up shit now. Thanks for being here. Truly flattering. I like that song. It's pretty cool. I could do a lot of things with it. You don't need electricity. I forgot that lyric. I wrote on the back of the balcony and wrote this song because you really don't need electricity. Just keep trucking along. Whatever it was. It was true. It was a true story. That's what I did. It was real pretty too after the storm went by, you know. It was kind of, everything was kind of wet, but I took a dry chair out there or whatever. I liked playing out there. I like playing my guitar up high. I feel like when I play up high somewhere, in any elevation at all, I feel like when I play my music notes kind of trickle down on the world and like affect it. In a good way, I hope, you know. Of course, otherwise I wouldn't want to do it like that. But like I do, like in parking garages, it's real loud too. So I like to get it all the way up top. I'll go there just to play, you know, just to play my guitar in them because it amplifies it. And then I feel like I'm up high, and then I'll sit right on the concrete barrier that like faces the outside and play my guitar, and I just feel like my music notes just float like pixie dust or something. I don't know. Kind of goofy. You know, it wasn't that good, but they can't hear you. But like I feel like the energy is still going into it, and I feel like it was a good healing thing. So I hope it is. I don't know. It's just how I project, like how I feel when I do it. It's like it's a thing I'm drawn to a lot. Like I should be doing more of it. Maybe, I don't know. I do the same thing around here, but only the deers get to benefit off of that. They all come up too. Like I go up to the observatory that's at the like a federal park or whatever over here to watch the sandhill cranes, and there's these big binoculars there. You could look out over the big old field. I swear when I was a little kid, they had buffaloes there. I promise you. And some other people remember that too, but they're like, oh, I don't know buffaloes. Like, I'm crazy. Like, okay, whatever. I remember it was like the last ones or something, you know? They were there, but I don't know. There's the Mandela effect and some bullshit, or I'm on a different timeline. But other people remember it, so I know it's not just me. We went to a field trip, like in kindergarten over it, you know? The only other time I'd been there. I remember places like that, even if things are different sometimes. But anyway, I go out there a lot because it's just peaceful, and it's a big, high place. You got to like walk up the stairs to get there. There's never anybody out there. And you got the big binoculars. You can scope the field with them, you know. They're pretty cool. But as they start playing, the deer will come out. They're really far away and start coming in. I think it's cool. Unless the energy's off. If they don't do that, then there's some off energy. But it's usually when I have somebody with me, I think. You know, I'm sure maybe there's times a day because it's like a lot of times I get to right at sunset. The deer are more active at that time. I hung my hammock there one night in a storm, and it was the most beautiful view. It was all foggy and stuff, and all the deer were just right there. It was really cool. They smelt me or knew I was there still from the night before, I think, and they creeped up on me all night, probably. Who knows? Just the way they were acting, like they had been watching me there sleeping, trying to figure me out, maybe. I'm a quiet sleeper, but still, they could tell you're in an environment even that far away. Deers are very smart like that. The animals will let you know, and that's what Zen is, actually. The whole Japanese Zen thing, the thing everybody tries to accomplish, all it really is, the free way and the simple, like, natural way to do it. And people don't get the whole Zen is to be able to walk out in the woods and become part of nature out there to the point where nature forgets that you're there and starts acting normal again with you there and just starts operating around you like you're not there. That's the true state of Zen. So that's something to remember, and it's true. It works. That's if translated into words. That's really what it is. When nature, you could operate and be in an environment that's not your natural environment, and sit and blend and like let the environment go around you without it realizing or reacting to you any longer. Which people react to me all the time everywhere I go. So, but I know how to get into that state of Zen instantly, and that's how you do it. It's a true story. Try it out. It's hard to do it. Like hunters try their whole lives to sit out in the woods and be quiet so the deer don't spot them and come up and, so they can shoot them. You know, their intention's different, so that's why they have a harder time doing it. But if you're just a regular person just wanting to not be seen because of your environment or your feeling that you have inside of you, or, you know, so God could work on you maybe for a while or something. And you could just have that self-time. Some people need that. Everybody needs that time and privacy, I think. You know, and a lot of people probably go to the woods for that, or like somewhere out in the country, or somewhere out away from people, or a rooftop, you know, if you're in the city, anywhere, stairwell maybe, you know, in that place, like where you could just kind of put yourself on ice for a minute and process. That's actually alchemizing. You're actually transmuting energy if you realize it or not when you close up like that. That's when I do all my alchemy and my transmuting. I'm in that state of where you can't even distract me. You know what I mean? Like I'd be like, huh, what? You know, it's not that I'm all fucked up or like out there fucking like losing my mind or something. It's like it's a state of trance. You can't really fucking bother it. It's processing a lot of energy. And if you're a light worker or like a doodah or something, you have a lot more that you're processing the whole energy of the whole ground, everything underneath it, everything above it, everything around it, in a lot of miles sometimes. Or you're holding enough energy to do that with, and getting it in one shot, or your body feels like it's going to explode. You can't take your breath in. It's like anxiety, it feels like almost, you know. And I found putting myself in my dirt hole helped a lot with that. I was alchemizing with the earth, and I would just shoot anything leaking out of me that I wasn't able to like swirl around and process was at least leaked into Mother Earth and not toxic people that would just be naturally drawn to it. Not that they're targeting you necessarily. It's just that's the balance. If you're leaking it out and they don't have enough, that's what it'll happen, you know. But you could leak it out in Mother Nature instead of just grounding your feet. Because I learned that digging my hole, and as I went out there to work on it to just be out in nature, I got in that hole all the way, and my body was like pretty tight against the hole. You know, I could barely like bend down in there. You know, I'm scooping with my toes and shit. And I realized I was grounding with the whole earth, like my whole body was, so, and it was helping me a lot, and I was able to process that real quick. And by 45 minutes or so, I felt great when I came in, sparkling and good, and I didn't feel overwhelmed or, you know what I mean? And at least it went into Mother Earth, I figure. If I did leak any, you know, what I did, because it was a lot that morning. It was like 4 a.m, all of a sudden, I'm like, ding, 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 ding. You know, my head's real hot. I'm a little bit of a character, I guess. But, like, I recognize that that's what was happening. And, like, you don't want to waste it or nothing either. It's people's going to need that. I take a lot of energy in and I alchemize it. give it back to God. I don't want to use it for me, you know. But we don't fight the flesh, you know. The real war is in the spirit, and we have a huge psychological attack going on in the collective here. You got to remember what's right, what's wrong, and keep your head right on you, you know. It's so easy for illusions to be spun, and they really can manipulate your thoughts and your minds through these unclean spirits and things. You have to be steadfast and pray against it and keep your shit on track with what's real and what's not. Who cares what they think you think? Who cares what they're trying to make you think? Who cares what they think they're going to make you think? And who cares what they believe that you know and don't know or think? You know, that all that shit is just polluting you. And no matter how much it feels like it's you, like, they're just feeding into this fucking fear that you have inside you that you haven't dealt with yet. So remember that. Don't let anybody tell you how you think. It's a real pet peeve of mine. Or how you feel. Because they don't want to address their own issues. That's almost a crime now. It is in the new earth. Not taking accountability for your own actions and treating other people poorly for it. That's bad. That's just bad karma and bad juju. Guys, don't forget to like and share and subscribe. That helps me out in the algorithm because, like, boy, it's been a slow climb to even be in front of any audience at all. I call this song Toto Ruckus. Toto being a place. It's Toto Ruckus. The dogs are falling, trying to tell us that the open fields here are quite shady. Even when the sun is all the secrets in your way, you won't die, just go insane. It's Toto Ruckus. The dogs are barking, trying to tell us open fields here are quite shady. The sun goes down and they are you won't die, just go insane. You get the gist of that. I haven't sang it or anything in a long time. I never did finish the song. Yeah, I never did finish it. I don't know. Maybe I'll play one more. I just I feel like I gotta get offline for some reason. I don't really know what that urgency is because I usually stop the thing, and I just keep playing. It's really strange. So I'm trying to urge. I got a big urge to just stop it. I got to keep it playing. Maybe it's something with the algorithm. If I stay live for a certain amount of time, it'll help me out and boost me up. You know what I mean? It's probably what it is. I bet you I'll learn that, and it'll be true. And that's like a spirit of resistance right there. My own self sabotage. Even though I don't know it, somehow I do because I probably read it once or something. I don't know. I didn't have a YouTube channel then. I didn't think about it. It's hard to say. You got to watch that shit. That's how it looks in your life. People want to know like that's nothing, but there's something that makes you do that, and you know in your heart that it's not that you want to do that, but it's just something. Stop it. Like the energy's wrong, or like you just can't do it like that. You just keep fucking it up. You keep stopping, or you can't go there. You can't bring yourself to visit, or whatever it is. Like, yeah, sometimes it's God stopping you, and then most of the time it's somebody preventing you from doing it because they know it's going to help you out in your mission for humanity, you know. And they'll stop it when they can if they think they can get away with it. But they know in their hearts they actually can't stop. You can't stop anything. God won't let anybody steal anything from you that you actually need to fulfill your purpose, or that you need. Period. If it's made for you, will not miss you, and He won't let them take anything. Anything they take from you ever in your life, ever that you feel like you were taken, that was taken from you, was not anything that you needed, and does not define you or anything like that either. So, and none of it matters. None of the expensive houses and all that bullshit. It's all illusions. You know, they don't have power. They just make more garbage to fucking destroy our planet. But doing it in the fucking guise of power. Hey, darling, we got a bigger house than you and more polyester suits, so that makes we're in charge and you're not. I don't even know if you get the memo, but too bad. You got to deal with it. And then they go home and janky spells on people over the masses. There's whole neighborhoods. There's whole fucking. It's terrible. And it's people like me that have to help that. All of us could do it with every decision we make, but there's some of us that do it full time. It's like, oh my God, this place is awful. And God's like, I know, right? Fix it. Get under their skin real good and then leave. And you'll be with them for a while. I stay with people when I meet you, I promise you, especially the bad guys. They always come back to bite them somehow, I think. God does that, not me. I don't ever even know about it usually. I'll find out a decade later or something that I taught them a lesson, didn't even know it. Didn't even try, you know? It's fine as long as it's for the good fight. I ain't teaching nobody lessons the way that they talk about it now, like in law enforcement and shit. My brother died in a cage. I don't know that people know that. He died in a cell fire. My only sibling. So, you know, he spent most of his life in the jail. And he wasn't a very tough guy. You know, he wasn't a bad guy. He did a lot of time, though. And he took his time and did it. And he burnt to death in it. And I don't even put my dog in a cage. So it's a real fucking deep soul insult when somebody wants to insinuate that I'm different. And that's why I'm different, is because I want to put people in cages. And it makes me want to fucking, that makes me almost angry in my heart. I won't allow that to happen, though, because I have unconditional love in my heart only, because it's the only good way to hold your high vibration. That's why I can hold it and they can't, because they're just hateful people. People are hateful and jealous and whatever and envious. Like, if you're envious, just say you're envious and live in that authenticity, live in that truth. And say, bitch, I'm envious. You look too good. And say that, and it'll be such a weight off of you, and it'll heal and like mend and build things like you wouldn't believe. Instead of holding it inside and just having it and letting it stew, you know. I don't know. I think that's the biggest one that people have, is like jealousy with their people, like, you know. And then if they get that in their heart, then all of a sudden it doesn't feel bad to want to fuck them over because you're so fucking furious at them or whatever, because you've let this thing build in you. And you could have just told the bitch, like, I don't want you anywhere around. You're too pretty, or something. You know what I mean? So like, just put it out in the open. It works. Try it. You know, I find that it works. You know, not everybody that's the opposite sex is trying to steal your spouse. Believe me. Most of them got a spouse they got to deal with too, you know, or somebody at home. You really need to not look at that. You need to look at the systems that are trying to destroy your whole family, you know, and using people as tools along the way to do it. You got to trust your people and know who you are. If you can't, you're going to get fucking eaten by the, you're going to get eaten by the wolves. You will be devourable if you take off your suit of Christ, you know, which is just being a good fucking person, standing in your dignity and your integrity, and having some character. You know, character is a big part of your calling and your purpose. It's one of the criteria is growing your character. I personally ride my motorcycle all winter and all summer in the rain and the fall and camp outside and lay in the dirt to sleep to build my character, you know? Not because I have to, because I've had to, and because it's hard to do, but it's easy to do when you know how to transmute it in the bullshit. So it's always better when you're doing it when it's not really real bullshit, but you're just doing it because it's a good spot to do it, and you got to know that you can. That's how I am anyway. It's not that I'm going to, no, I don't want to do it, but I know that I can. If I feel like I'm being blocked there, it's going to put a red flag up in my head saying, like, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. I can't get out now. Now what? Now, what if I had to go now, though? I don't know. It's like a warning danger goes off on my shit. Like, you're getting blocked in. I park on a big hill to make sure that don't happen. I still got a backup plan. I could ride through the yard maybe on a good day. I can't do shit right now. It's like negative 100 degrees right now. I rode the other day, though. It was real fucking cold. That was God. That was like Angel Glory ride, though. And you could ride through some bad shit with that. When God makes you push on, you know? It was really cold. My hands were about done. I only went about 12 miles or something. I guess I'll sing this song. This song's called Forget Me Not. I wrote it for 6 children. I wrote it for everybody's children, really. Everybody that's ever had a separation from their family or didn't get to know them. That's pretty much everybody in the world. I'm a fool. I don't know if you know me or not. Where you flower in December? It was right there. Can't remember. Had it Florida. Grandpa's on the ground. When the coast is so doesn't and springtime comes and with little so I just wanna to the sea that I sing. And it's so new, you know. Maybe in the powder in the road, for farmers, grassy meadow. Was your life cut short? There's a great years audible in a fancy bar somewhere. We're forgetting my side of forget. I bet your ass you could bloom the flowers when the others cannot get remember happy for that. So I wonder if you look back with your boots washed out underneath your feet, tied up around your wrist, so you can keep track of that damn old piss. Maybe in a bottle in a hole, till I see that I saw. Did you make it? Did you go? Was your life cut short? With the loose cutter keep our soul on this level to start the singularity. But if you get me not scary, I will end it like that for this. That's why I never end songs. So I could end it with my mood. My songs always have emotion behind them. There's times where it really chokes me up. I think that's all part of it as you develop the song. It really becomes a life of its own, and all the times practicing it, all the emotion that goes into it when you write it, and like what it means to be heard, what it means to be writing it, what it means really just kind of bringing something to life there that's its own thing that could be passed down as long as it's shared. Stories are only as good as long as they're told, you know. Legends, they don't die and they never grow old. The song's called Unknown. I guess I'll play one more. I have to. No more and that's it. The song's called Unknown. It's the jigsaw. It's the jig house song. The swamp. The thing I hate the most is a stranger's face post. Like a question was asked before I ever even say hello. Fucked up that whole like rush there. Cause their stories like the ain't no good. But it's full. Legends, they don't die, they never grow. So long as them stories get told, they'll never die, they'll never die, never die. I gave them forever a certain hope to help combat all these fucked up people. They got on you know. Let the stories like the road. Ain't no good. It's like a real rock and roll song. I can't tell I picture in my head. That guy must have been a real rock and roll guy, but I didn't know him, but I just hung out at his burnt down house. It's real spooky out there. It's pretty cool. It's like 2 miles from where I live now. Glass swamp around here. Legends, they don't die, and they never grow old. Even when people don't know. The stories get told. So then, excuse me, miss, could you be so kind? Children are so sweet, like ducks in a line. It reminds me of mine long ago. Would you just point me in the direction I need to go? The lady said no, man. Pointed their kids towards your home and told them to go. But I'm not just a nobody. I'm an orphan. That's what makes us jam. Cause there's stories like the ain't no good. When it's fun. I ain't just for nobody. That's that song. I gotta go. I'm gonna get carried away and all out of control here. That's all I got to say about that one. Okay. That would be like a really kick-ass rock and roll song if I wasn't the one trying to sing it and stuff. It's like in a whole key that I couldn't even imagine singing in. So it's always been a hard song for me to do. I could really jam it out sometimes, though. That was just kind of like acting out my emotions, not so much talent. All right. That was like the third song I ever wrote, though. It was third and fourth, and then I had to split them into 2 songs. So, yeah. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. And until next time, get real and stay that way. Bam, bam. A rock and roll star yet? Oh, it's not off yet. Oh, oops. How about now? Nope. It's still not off. Why does it keep doing that, you idiot? Yes, I want to stop streaming. Okay. My screen's broken. It makes it a little